Good afternoon, Tusculum University. I'm Cheyenne Hewitt.
And I'm Kaylee Cook, and thanks for joining us on this edition of Art 235 News. Here's a look at what's making headlines in our community tonight.
First up, big news brewing at one of Greenville's favorite spots. Reports that the owners of the Creamy Cup have hit the jackpot. Literally. After winning the lottery, the couple says they're considering expanding their menu and their business. Folks can look forward to more of the sweet treats they already love and maybe even a new location in the works. More to come in the full report.
Hi, I'm Luke Bond. I'm reporting in Greenville, Tennessee, outside of Tusculum University, right in front of Creamy Cup Cafe. I'm here to talk about the recent news about Eric and Lynette Price on winning the lottery. They've won $10 million, the owner of Creamy Cup Cafeteria. They plan to expand, adding new items such as matcha, acai bowls, and more healthy options, making it bigger, more suitable for more people to sit in and study. What's your name?
My name's Jaden Thomas.
Do you enjoy Creamy Cup?
Yeah, I enjoy Creamy Cup. They have some cool drinks over there.
How often would you say you go to Creamy Cup?
3 times a week, at least.
What are your thoughts on the possible expansion of Creamy Cup, making it bigger, adding more drinks and healthier food options?
Creamy Cup's a great establishment. They have great products, and I think it's a great idea if they expand it into a place where students can study.
Here's some customers at Creamy Cup. Have you guys heard of the possible expansion of Creamy Cup?
No, I have not actually.
The owners, Eric and Lynette Price, have won $10 million and plan to expand, adding matcha and acai bowls. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I think that is fantastic, actually.
All my money coming here for matcha and acai bowls.
You heard it here. They need matchas and acai bowls at Creamy Cup Cafe. Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. What a story. Dreams really do come true at the Creamy Cup.
In other local headlines, downtown Greenville was full of tricks and treats and plenty of community spirit this week during the annual Halloween on Main Street event. Families filled the sidewalks in creative costumes while local businesses handed out candy and joined in on the spooky fun. Organizers say it's one of the biggest turnouts they've ever had, and they're already looking forward to next year. Abby Storm takes us downtown for a look at all the fun and festive moments from this year's celebrations.
If you're looking for a safe and fun way to celebrate Halloween this year, downtown Greenville is where it's at. Children 13 and under, accompanied by an adult, will roam the streets with candy bags, and they can show off their spookiest, funniest, or most creative costumes. As the sun begins to set, the energy shifts to the Catherine Leonard Administrative Building at the corner of Irish and Depot Street, where the costume contest kicks off at 6 o'clock sharp. Families and kids of all ages are welcome to participate. Just down the street, at the old jail, they'll be hosting spine-tingling storytelling sessions, while nearby, the street will come alive with hayrides, chalk art, dancing, and plenty of other festive activities to have a Halloween spirit. For all of the details, or if you have any questions, the event organizers encourage you to call 423-639-7102. And reporting from downtown Greenville, I'm Abby Storm.
Thanks, Abby. Looks like a great time. And thanks to everyone who came out. Event coordinators say they're already brainstorming ways to make next year's Halloween on Main Street even bigger and better.
A local dog owner is finding a new way to unwind by rolling out the yoga mat with their fur-legged friend. The practice, known as dog yoga, or doga, is catching on here in our community. It's a relaxing routine that helps owners and pets de-stress while strengthening their bond. Marley Watkins has more on how this mindful movement is bringing calmness to both ends of the leash.
Today I'm at Tusculum University, and the students here have an interesting way of bonding with their dogs. So what is dog yoga?
I think it's just a fun way to move your body and de-stress a little bit, and you also get to hang out with your dog, which if you have an emotional support dog, it makes it really easy to just kind of sit down and relax and decompress from a stressful day.
Does she actually do the poses with you?
She doesn't usually do them with me, but she'll just sit there and kind of enjoy the time together.
Can anyone do this, or do you have to have something special?
No, I think anyone can do this. All you really need is a blanket or a yoga mat or something to lay down on the ground, yourself, and then your pup.
How do you think this bonds you the most?
I think it's just a time that you can just sit and enjoy.
You heard it here first, guys. All you need is yourself, your blanket, and your pup. Come to Tusculum University to try out dog yoga.
Thanks, Marley. That looks like such a fun and peaceful way to connect with your pet. Organizers say more Doga classes are likely to pop up across the area in the next few months, so both you and your furry friend might have a chance to give it a try soon.
Still ahead, how Tennessee officials plan to keep neighborhoods safe this Halloween, and later, a national look at those mysterious chemical trails that have conspiracy theorists talking once again. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
Welcome back. I'm Marley Watkins.
And I'm Sage Clapp with a look beyond Greene County and what's happening across Tennessee and the nation.
Across the state, Halloween festivities are in full swing, but law enforcement is making sure the celebrations stay safe. Payne Ladd reports that Tennessee police are stepping up patrols, especially checking that registered sex offenders remain indoors and off the trick-or-treat routes. Along with the extra safety measures, communities are embracing the spirit of the season with pumpkin carving competitions and costume contests happening statewide. Payne has more on the state's spooky season traditions.
Dracula is on the rise in Tennessee. Multiple sightings have seen Dracula throughout the whole state, and this has caused the state troopers to go around to sex offenders' homes making sure that Dracula isn't there. Also with the sex offenders, they're making sure the sex offenders aren't handing out any candy on Halloween, seeing as how they are sex offenders. Throughout the whole state, they've picked 100 farmers for the Great Pumpkin Bash of Nashville. From the 100 farmers who have the biggest pumpkin, the number one biggest pumpkin will win $10 billion from the state of Tennessee. Also with this is the Halloween costume contest, where the winner will win $20 billion. With that, being safe with the pumpkins, they are protecting the pumpkins from the sex offenders and Dracula. This is Payne Ladd. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, Payne. It's great to see the volunteer state finding safe and festive ways to celebrate together.
And finally, tonight, a story taking off in national headlines. Many Americans have noticed those white trails streaking behind airplanes. But some say they're more than just condensation. We'll take a closer look at the ongoing chemtrail conspiracy theories and where they come from and what scientists say what's really happening in the sky.
Look up on a clear day and you'll likely see them, long white trails stretching across the sky. Scientists call them contrails, frozen water vapor created by jet engines at high altitudes. But for years, a movement online has pushed a different idea, that these streaks are actually called chemtrails, chemicals intentionally released for secret government programs. The theory emerged in the 1990s and claims the substances are used for weather control, population management, even mind manipulation. Supporters point to lingering trails and crisscross patterns as supposed evidence. Atmospheric experts strongly reject the claims, citing decades of data showing no dangerous chemicals in the air where planes fly. They say temperature and humidity determine the long trails last, nothing more. Still, the idea persists, fueled by social media and deep public mistrust. Even without scientific proof, chemtrail conspiracies remain one of the internet's most enduring sky-high mysteries. What some see as harmless science, others view as a hidden threat, leaving the truth for many up in the air.
Interesting stuff. And a reminder that not everything you read online can be taken at face value.
When we come back, we'll give you updates on the region's weather, and later we'll tell you what's trending in entertainment and sports. Stay tuned. You're watching Art 235 News.
Good evening, Greenville and the surrounding tri-city areas. I'm your weatherman today, Keith Norton, with Arts 235 News. Here's your local weather update. Right now in Greenville, we're seeing cloudy skies with a chilly 45 degrees. Looking ahead this afternoon, we'll see some sunshine right there around 2 p.m. We're rising to the low 50s, around 51 degrees, peaking around 54 around 4 p.m. Before beginning to drop off again as the sun goes down, expect mostly clear skies. and fairly rapid cool down by 6 p.m. We'll be back around 48 degrees, then 45 by 7. Later tonight, clear skies continues, and the temperature will drop into the low 40s by 8 p.m. Then into the upper 30s and even mid-30s around 1 a.m. Expect fog to settle in with temperatures near 36 degrees. It's a brisk one out tonight. Dress warm if you're heading out, and if you're driving, keep an eye out for that light amount of fog. Next up, featured news.
Welcome back to the Arts 235 News. My name is Scout Martin.
And my name is Jada Ellison. Within our community, state, and nation, there are many who are making a difference.
In our community, we'll look at the local effects of John Lowery, who was able to raise enough money to feed 9 families for the Thanksgiving. With the help of the community, he was able to raise $672.43 in order to help the community with the holidays.
Within our own state, the Preds hockey team's wives and girlfriends have banded together to help the organization's special spaces.
McCarthy, National Chapter Leader for Special Sport Spaces, was able to work with other Preds wives in helping give Day-Aaron Anderson room a makeover in East Nashville.
Daron is in remission after being diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma around last year's Thanksgiving and is full of gratitude for these women in making his dream room come to life.
Both on and off the ice, couples on the Preds hockey team are able to make an impact in their communities.
Nationally, there has been a development within the botanical community.
An English musical project conducted by John Ross and Andy Kidd have been able to develop a system that can translate the biography output of the non-human bandmate into Smith sound and creating a sound space of electrical music.
Their experiments have expanded to include mushrooms giving spoken word performances by coding each individual electrical signal into a different word spoken through by a speech app, and mushrooms substituting the drumsticks and the bionic arms for paintbrushes, which they use to create paintings.
The mushroom picture is one of the looming gene, and it's immediately clear it tastes and music is better than what tastes.
When we come back, we'll be discussing the behind the scenes on keeping players healthy and athletes' favorite and least favorite parts of being a student at Tusculum University. Stick around. We'll be back soon after the break. There's Mushroom for more right after this.
So in the fall fire season in Tennessee, they require burn permits. They begin October the 15th, they end May the 15th. So basically when the leaves are off the trees is the fire season. In order to get a permit, it's free. It takes about 10 minutes. You can do it online through the state's got a website called burnsafetn.org, Burn Safe Tennessee. You go on there, you read the requirements of what you can burn, like unpainted or untreated wood and leaves and twigs, sticks. You can't burn anything synthetic or man-made. Once you read the rules, you can enter your information, get a permit, and then you're free to burn.
What are the specific types of incidents to which a firefighter would respond to?
Our fire department responds, in addition to fires, medical calls, hazmat, technical rescue. When you talk about technical rescue, that's rope and water rescue, confined space, trench, and structural collapse. So we respond to all those.
Welcome back to Arts 235 News. My name is Jaden Otar.
And I'm Clarence Sanruma. It's time for your Tusculum University Sport Update. where our pioneers continue to bring energy and heart on the field, court, and pitch.
Starting with Tusculum football, the Pioneers faced a tough loss this weekend against Mars Hill, falling 28-7 during their homecoming game. Even in defeat, standout players like Salome Yosa and Rashad Watson showed great determination and made key contributions.
Hi guys, my name is Keith Norton. Today we'll be talking a little bit about the training aspect here at Tusculum University. At this prestigious university, we have a lot of great trainers that make sure our athletes are put in places to where they can perform at a high level. Our head trainer here, Chris Linker, does an amazing job of balancing the amount of sports we have here. He works with football, men's golf, track, cheer, women's basketball, and men's volleyball.
I'm Chris Linker. I'm head athletic trainer at Tusculum University. Get a chance every day to come in and work with Pioneer student athletes, trying to keep them healthy, get them healthy, rehab injuries. Look forward to watching them have success on the field.
Hi, my name is Aiden Walana. This is my second year at the Tusculum University. Chris helped me last year emotionally with the change of going to college and being so far from home. He also helped me physically whenever I tore my ab. He gave me different treatment options and different rehabilitation exercises that'll ensure that I'm the best athlete on the field that I can be.
We also have Katie Crocker, another great assistant to Chris Linker. She works with both men's and women's volleyball, cross country and track, and men's basketball.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm one of the assistant athletic trainers here at Tusculum. And I was asked the question, what is the toughest thing about being an AT here? I think for me, the toughest thing has to do with the number of teams that we have, the number of athletes that we have, and the amount of traffic that we see on a certain day in the training room. Lots of injuries, lots of different things going on, lots of different people, lots of different teams, and knowing how to do what everybody needs for that specific moment or for their sport or their team is probably one of the hardest things, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to do those things, and it takes time. So that's probably one of the toughest things here.
Another one of our male trainers, Michael Hawkins, who works with women's soccer, women's beach volleyball, and women's lacrosse. He's another great trainer. If you're looking for a position, he's exiting.
So I think the most rewarding thing about being an athletic trainer here at Tusculum is just being able to help the athletes, taking them from seeing them on the field when they go down with an injury, being able to evaluate it, knowing what to then do next if we need to get them into advanced medical care and seeing a doctor, or then just being able to do the rehab and the treatment and the PT on them, and then the sports specifics to get them back on the field. So to me, just getting to then see them back flourishing in what they should be doing at that capacity again, and knowing that I had a hand in that is just something I think that will never get old, and it's just an awesome feeling.
Last but certainly not least, Emily Dodgeman, who's our newest trainer here at Tusculum University, who's been doing a great job also balancing football, women's tennis, and baseball. I'm excited to see what Emily Dodgeman brings to the Tusculum community and the training staff.
Hi, I'm Emily. I work with football, baseball, and women's tennis. I started at TU in August, so I'm fairly new. I was here as a clinical student a few years ago, so I kind of know the gist of the area. So far, my favorite thing or most memorable thing about working at TU as an athletic trainer is building the relationships. You build different relationships with your athletes, you build relationships with your coaches. Getting to learn a whole new coaching staff is definitely different, and you get to learn and build relationships with them, and they start to become like family. I usually think of most athletes as my kids. That's kind of how they are. You know, they're somebody else's kid and you're trying to treat them the best that you can, and they just kind of become my kids. I learn a lot about their lives. I get to hear their problems, hear their schoolwork, get to ask them how their classes are going, and it's just a different kind of experience that a lot of professions don't get, because you don't build that relationship like you do in athletics, and you do it as an athletic trainer. You're that person someone will go to for advice if they need guidance on something, and it's just kind of the best thing for me.
Aiden Patrick. I play for a men's lacrosse team, and Chris has helped me a lot. I come in the training room a lot, especially when he was our trainer freshman year. He helped me work through shin splints and helped me recover and be able to play.
Thank you for watching. This has been Keith Norton, giving you the inside look on our training staff.
You are athletes at Tuskegee University. Let's go. Hey, what's your name?
Ike.
Hey, what sport you play?
Football.
Now, what is the best and worst part about being an athlete at Tuskegee University?
I gotta say, the worst part, probably the calf, man. The food just be trash, man. Best part, gotta say my homeboys.
Sir, thank you for your time, man.
Yes, sir, appreciate it.
Hey, what's your name, man?
Brandon.
What sport you play?
Baseball.
And I want to know the best and worst part about being an athlete at Tuskegee University.
The best thing about being an athlete is the baseball field for me. Being a baseball player, we have one of the nicest fields in the country when it comes to baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to use that every day and be a part of that. So that's pretty cool. I don't know. There's not much really bad about being an athlete here, honestly. I'd probably say just the fact we can't use the weight room 24/7. That'd be my biggest gripe because I love to work out, so that'd be my thing.
All right. Thank you for your time, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, today I'm here with
Will Benton.
Hey, what sport you play?
Football.
All right, I want to know what's the best and worst part about being an athlete at Tuskegee University.
The best is probably the friendships that you make. The worst is you got no time to do anything. It's just football school, and basically that's all it is, football school.
All right, thank you so much, Will. Okay, what's your name?
I'm Kobe Addix.
Yes, sir. What sport you play?
I'm a football player right now.
Now, what's the best and worst part about being an athlete at Tuskegee University?
I say the best is just being around the brothers you make and, you know, going through the journey together, not alone. You feel me? And, you know, the worst part is, I say the coaching staff.
There you go. Thank you for your honesty.
Not.
Hey, what's your name, man?
My name's J3.
Hey, what sport you play?
Basketball.
Now, what is the best and worst part about being an athlete at Tuskegee University?
The best part probably be dealing with your teammates off the court, things you do with them outside of, you know, being at practice and that kind of stuff in games. And the worst part is probably just, you know, you constantly doing multiple things every day. You know, you have long days, you might get in late, and then you gotta be right back up the next day. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you for your time, man.
You know,
Hey, thank you guys for watching. We got a good viewpoint from different Tusculum athletes, and hope you enjoy your day.
Meanwhile, over on the pitch, Tusculum women's soccer earned a big 2-0 victory over Newberry. Wilma Axelson and Caroline Enzelman led the team to success, showcasing strong chemistry and teamwork throughout the match.
The excitement continued inside the gym as Tusculum women's volleyball battled hard against Coker and pulled off a thrilling 3-2 win in a tight match. Standout players included Jada Alvin, Taylor Sanders, and the player of the game, Karis Aller.
No matter the sport, Tusculum athletes prove that hard work, spirit, and then perseverance are what makes them true pioneers.
In our feature story, we caught up with several student athletes to hear their thoughts on the best and most challenging parts of balancing academics and athletics.
From early morning practice to late night study sessions, they remind that being a student athlete means giving your all in both in the classroom and on the field.
This has been Art 235 News. Go Pioneers!